Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at improper fractions and how to write those as mixed numbers. Then we're going to get into some really funky drawings here using an area model to multiply. So let's review. Improper fractions are those fractions where the top number is bigger than the bottom number. It's not supposed to be like that, but we can change them into mixed numbers by thinking of them as, well, whole fractions plus a little bit left over. So this is all the same thing as 2 over 2, which is the same thing as 1. 2 over 2 is 1. So that's like 1 plus 1 plus a little bit. And when we put these whole numbers together, we get 2 and 1 half. And that's the grammar. This is the form of it. This is how you say it as a mixed number. 2 and 1 half. You try. 2 and 1 half. Very good. We're going to draw this now. And I've got 3 colors picked. I've got black or some sort of dark color, like brown or gray, and 2 other colors, brighter colors that are very different. You can't have, green and lime green or red and pink. They got to be very different. Pick whatever colors you want that are very different, plus your dark color. Let's draw this out. What does 2 and a half look like? Well, if I have chocolate bars, that's easy to draw. Right? I don't have 3. I've got 2 and a half. So, for example, this is not there anymore. It's gone. It's being eaten by someone. That's what 2 and a half looks like. And because we're using half as the denominator, we'll just show that you've got 1 half, 2 halves, 3 halves, 4 halves. That's two wholes, right? Plus a half. Are you following me? Good? All right. I've used black for that one. And that's to show the original situation. So we're going to write out a little problem here. And over here, I'm going to draw, I'm going to write this as 5 over 2. Okay. And I want to multiply this. I want to see what happens when I multiply this by a number that is a proper fraction, like 1 half. So that's going to be an improper times a proper fraction. Before we draw this, let's just identify what we have so far. So far, we got 5 over 2. I'm going to do that in red. So that's all of this. Okay, we're going to multiply it by 1 half. So when we multiply by 1 half, what would be the math for that? The math for that would be 5, because 5 times 1 is 5, 2 times 2 is 4, be 5/4. I'm doing this in green, this one in red. Next, we're going to actually draw this. So if you're multiplying by half, what does that look like? Are we going to get more or are we going to get less? If we multiplied this by a big number like 2, right, we should get more, right? We should get more chocolate. But if we multiply by half, you'll see why we actually get less. So we're going to multiply by 1 half here. I'm going to do that in green. I'm going to actually slice this right in half. Shing! With my big samurai sword. And now I'm going to use this color, green, to fill in and overlap only half of this vertically. And as we do that, you'll notice that the red and the green overlap. And when I see where they overlap, I'm just going to circle that so I know those ones overlap. Okay, how many times do they overlap? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our top number. But what should our bottom number be? It says it should be 4, but why? Does that really make sense? Let's take these chocolate bars. Okay, this is how big a chocolate bar is. And let's draw it again. But this time, instead of being in halves, we're going to cut it up into fourths. And it says we have 5 over 4. So that means I'm going to need more than 1. Okay, 5 over 4. How did we do this? Well, these two right here could go right here. Okay, so that's good. These two, let's put right over here, just so we don't have any gaps right now. And this one, I'm going to put right here. Voila. There we go. Look, that's what 5 over 4 looks like. That's what we get when we have 5 halves, in other words, 2 and a half, and we chop it in half. we multiply by half, it's like dividing by 2, which brings us to this concept that whenever you multiply a fraction, you're actually dividing a different number. You're actually dividing this number upside down. It's called the inverse. Isn't that crazy? Inverse. And this is a visual demonstration of why that is true, that you're dividing by the inverse. Likewise, you're multiplying by the inverse. Pretty cool, huh? You guys are going to try it out. Pick an improper fraction that's not too crazy. Show me what it looks like as a mixed number. Okay? Draw it. And then you're going to show me what happens when you multiply by half or by multiply by some other proper fraction. Improper fractions have big numbers on top. Proper fractions have small numbers on top. This is called the area model of multiplying fractions. Good luck.